Coming up on today's show, re bua ka di-hiccups and what they mean. We talk manners and worms. And welcome to another exciting episode, yeah, Raising Babies 101. What causes hiccups in our babies and how can we remedy them? I'm joined in studio by Drs. Bongile and Zuza to answer these questions and more. And a big warm welcome to my studio audience. Welcome, Doctor.
Thank you.
Let's talk about hiccups. What causes hiccups?
It's eating too much, like if you eat like ukudla okuningi or udla ngespeed isizulu masithi if uyaphanga so like uyaphanga udla ngespeed and then nokuphuza amanzi kakhulu but yona ngokwayo it's like even though i-cause yakhona ayaziwa kahle but iqalwa yenziwa irritation yenzeka with diaphragm, which is a membrane ekhona below the ribs, responsible for ukuphefumula when you breathe in and breathe out. Yeah.
So for babies, most of the time, hiccups, we tend to panic and try and find ways to make it stop. And there's a whole lot of myths and sort of home remedies. Can you dispel some of them? Haribwe about some of them?
Like engwaziyo, like bazokutshela ubeka iphepha esiphongweni on the forehead. Yeah, of course, that doesn't do anything because it's neurological. And then abanye bafaka stick eyinweleni, they will actually put a stick here. And then abanye basithi umntwana mhlambe there's another myth ukuthi umntwana umthuse if umthusa.
Yes.
And then stop, or apparently it works kuma adults.
But not emntwaneni.
No, definitely no.
You're just going to freak your child out.
Yes, definitely. Yes, yeah.
Okay. So how can a parent stop hiccups?
There are a few things that can do, like umntwana maybe phakamise and walk around with the child upright, or bodlise and then like press ukuthi kuphume umoya when wenza ukuthi aphume, and then the child would actually burp. Yes.
Okay. All right, let's cross over to our studio audience. Rithole photo from them.
Mina bengifuna ukwazi ukuthi angambulala na umntwana ama-hiccups because ngesinye isikhathi uma wamphethe uyambona ukuthi ustruggle ukuphefumula.
It's a good question.
Yeah, kuma record medical field akukho irecord ukuthi umntwana kwabulawa khona hiccup. Usually ayiphelela with time. Wona vele they can actually be bad ukumbona umntwana, like I agree with you ukuthi ukumbona umntwana ngathi uyasufferisha the way enzeka ngakhona. But there is no record ukuthi umntwana wabulawa hiccup.
Thank you very much. So, Doctor, as we wrap up your conversation, yadi hiccups, what's your advice for hiccups? Your final words?
No, I would say you shouldn't really panic, and then try and when the show umntwana uyabhodla, and then only if are excessive they don't stop, then you should actually worry.
Okay. I think that's pretty simple and clear. Thank you so much, Doctor, for coming in about hiccups and how to deal with them. Thank you.
It's my pleasure.
So you've heard from the doctor. Don't panic if wana analytic hiccups. Very simple. Give baby a nice massage and let the wind come out. If the hiccups do continue for more than 2 to 3 hours, seek medical attention. Right. A man is important to you. That's a big one. Now it's time for you to decide. My audience, it's that time again. It's time for you to vote. Are children of today taught proper manners? Yes or no? Vote now. Mixed bunch. Okay, well, half-half. Let's go out onto the streets, what you think about it.
Okay, I've got a 13-year-old, a 7-year-old, and a 5-year-old. I feel my kids all have a different personality, so I teach their manners differently. They all have different ways that I teach their manners. For instance, I've got my second, who's 7 years old. Either I get his dad to discipline him if he doesn't have manners, but the two, the first and the second one, they're old enough for me to reason with, but my 5-year-old is a calm person. so he's easier to speak to. So because of their different personalities, I teach their manners in a different way.
Manners are important because they teach us values as societies, and values are in hand with our rights and with the laws of our countries. So they bring forth they bring about peaceful living, you know. If I do something wrong to someone, then there should be punishment, and manners teach us not to do wrong to other people and to live in harmony with everyone. So I believe that they are good.
And in this round,
I also believe in leading by example. So I have manners, and if I'm with my kids, I treat people differently, or if I have an argument with someone, obviously I respect them. When my kids are around, obviously it becomes a different issue if I'm by myself. But I also believe, yes, they need to have manners, especially in this day and age when the kids go for sleepovers, how they react when they go there, or on play dates, how they react when they go. There's a reflection on us as parents. I think it is important.
My parents mostly reasoned with me, and there were times where they would punish me, but before doing that, they would reason with me first, and then they would also ask for my opinion. So it wasn't something that was enforced on me. They would give me a choice. For instance, my dad would tell me, Bobo, if you do 1, 2, 3, these are the consequences, and leave it up to me. But there were times when he felt like, no, I had to make a decision for you.
I'm now joined in studio by Hlengiwe Zwane to discuss this. She's a clinical psychologist. Hlengiwe, did you think manners are important, and why are they important?
I always say, if someone is teaching your child something, the question is it correct or incorrect? So, how to take care of themselves, how to be respectful, how to be actually in the world. So if ngiyamfundisa umntanami ekhaya, ngiyazi ukuthi noma ahamba ngaphandle uzoba right. Into ebaluleke kakhulu is when a child becomes a teenager, kuba nzima ukuthi ukhulume naye ngaleso sikhathi. And I think if we understand at the time, a lot of things that are happening, hormones. If you've taught your child kahle, when they become teenagers, you trust that yonke into omfundise yona ngesikhathi sakhula, if ungizwe kahle kuzoba right ngaphandle.
So would you say khona no gore bana ba kajeno batswadi ba bona ha ba ba re thuti maitseo?
It's quite difficult to generalize and say all, but I can say that it becomes apparent to see a lot of misbehaving children. Abantwana baya misbehave kakhulu. The issue is umntana ma misbehave, kumele as a parent you must find out ukuthi kwenzakalani. What is the message? Because misbehavior yakhe or ama manners lawo akubonisa ukuthi awekho ama manners kubonakala ibehavior enjani ngaleso sikhathi. Is it manners of saying hayi lo mama lo uyahlupha uyadelela nami ngizokhuluma naye ngendlela engifuna ukukhuluma naye ngayo, or is it a matter of they are just doing wrong things? So what type of manners are we talking about?
So how to focus specifically ka bana 0 to 5? Uba ruta leng maitseo?
From the minute a child can speak, it's how they speak. Because ngesikhathi esiningi umntana maqala ukukhuluma, they like saying 1 word or 2 words, and then they start adding the words. But that's the time when you start directing that when you say mommy, you must say mommy this. So you don't just say, hi mama, sugar. You say, that is incorrect. Because remember, the child doesn't have anything. When a clean slate, when as a parent that has to start saying things that is actually correct.
So utoma with words like when you give Mwana something, or please, how thank you, or thank
sorry,
you.
Yes.
Okay.
In that time, at the time when they are between 1 and 5, you have a better chance. But it doesn't mean masokalamana 6, you have stopped. Because the thing is, the reason you have a better chance is the attachment unayo ngaleso sikhathi. So semncane, not just physical, even the brain, in terms of they are trying to understand, they are trying to explore. If you think of a 2-year-old, he has a little crazy tool, they are trying to experiment at that time in terms of personality. So it's a developmental stage that allows them to do things that are incorrect umzali kumele a-correct lapho athi these are
In
the
the
boundaries. So ucorrecta ama-boundaries in the moment.
Ngiyakuzwa.
So kuqala lapho.
Ha re bue ge ka di-blended family, divorced families, where mme o na le tsela ya gagwe, ntate o na le tsela ya gagwe. When the child is with the mother, molao. Ngwana o ya ko papa, or vice versa, ha ngwana a gutla from whichever parent. What happens in those cases as motswadi? What do you do?
It becomes slightly difficult because sometimes it's always abazali abakhulumisani, and they use the child, and the child then tends to see ukuthi mama no baba yazi if ngifuna lokho ma ngizoya kubaba kanjalo. If they have a united front, we have a better way of dealing with it kahle, because parenting has to be united ngaleyo ndlela when we want to actually create that part ukuthi uyazi uJohn ukuthi he can't just come to uma azothi ubaba uthe ngizoqala ngiyobuza ubaba ukuthi ushilo lo 1 2 3 4 5 that John is saying. That is allowing the child to have consistency of boundaries. Ungashintshi namhlanje yazi ngifuna ukulaya ubabakhe ngizomnika ilokhuza. You are confusing the child because there is no consistency. Mawuqala something in this family, even if things are different in the two sides of the family, consistency. Mafika ngapha kuma, consistency. Mafika ngapha kubaba, consistency. And you can't play the two parents.
I see. So advice-wise, o tla fa batswadi advice e jwang ho thoma ho ruta ngwana manners maitseo?
Start today. Doesn't matter how old the child is, the younger the better, the sooner the better. When you've done your part, gahle,
I'm going to put you on the spot now because this is you decide. How shebile batswadi ba kajeno? Are they doing enough?
they're doing the best they can. It's just at times it becomes difficult because there are a lot of divided families and a lot of breaking families. So a lot of emotions come into the raising of the child.
I hear you. A lot more complex than we think.
Yeah.
Thank you so much, Lingiwe. We
It's a
appreciate
pleasure.
it. Well, that's up to you. Go gae go re letsa jwang, but it's never ever too late. Go galemela ngwana gago go mo ruta maitseo. Okay? It is called You Decide. So you decide at the end of the day. We'll be back after this. Se se latelang, we talk confidence and worms. And later, re dula fatshe le celebrity wa rona. Ke la amogela gape mo Raising Babies 101. Kajeno mo easy peasy, re na le an in-studio demonstration on how to understand the needs of your left-handed children. I'm joined by Millicent Rue, an occupational therapist, to discuss this. Welcome, Millicent.
Thank you for having me.
Great. So we have quite a few things here, but let's start off first with how do you tell whether your child is left-handed or not?
Hand preference starts from when they are born and is only established by the age of 6. So when they're still little, you are not 100% sure, but definitely they have a preference. You will see it in the way they reach for things. You would see it in the way they eat. So a quick way to see what your child's preference is, if you stand across from me, you hand your child straight in the midline something, and
So
you
to
see
the chest?
Yes,
Okay.
and you see with which hand they reach first.
Okay.
So sometimes they will bring up both, but you will definitely see a stronger hand coming out. And you can do it a few times, and you can do it throughout
Okay.
the day. So that is an easy way. Something to remember is that their hand, eye, and foot dominance might be different. But today we're only talking about hand dominance.
That's interesting.
Yes.
Okay. All right, so hand them something. I see you also have a chalkboard. What is this for?
So I'm going to show you, and this applies to left and right-handed children. And there's a concept that things are different for left-handed children. It's not really different. The only thing is that we need to consider some adaptations. So for a right-handed child, we will show them to copy. For example, at age 2, they should be able to imitate this line. And then we always tell them to write next to it. But a left-handed child, if they are going to write here, they can't see this shape anymore. So you have to make sure that when you ask them to copy, they need to write below you so that they can see. The pencil grip for a left-handed child is still the same as for a right-handed child. There's no difference. The only difference is that they might turn their hand like this so that they can see what they're writing. When we are writing with our right hands, we write here, and then we can see what we're writing here. Where our left-handed kids, if they write like this, they're smudging their picture, and they're not able to see what they're doing. So what they do is they turn their hands like this, and it's okay. So the posture is a bit different.
Very interesting.
What's very important is not to force your child who is naturally left-handed to be right-handed.
Okay.
Because that is where their strength lies.
What does it do when you force your child to be right-handed when they are left-handed?
Okay, so what it does is you have your own innate strength. So the right brain and the left brain has different strengths, and that is that will always be your strength. So if you force your child to be right-handed and they are actually left-handed, they will always struggle with that skill because it doesn't come naturally for them.
Yeah.
So normal development is normal development and follows a natural sequence. So you need to enable your child's natural strengths
So
and
don't do it.
not force them. So I just wanted to show what your child should be able to do by the age of 5
Yes.
to know if they are ready for handwriting,
Yes.
because that's what we're aiming with. And that is a skill that left-handed kids struggle with a little bit more than right-handed skill, is to practice this line, H2, this line, H2, then we are going to this H3, then we are going to this also H3, then we are going to 4, 4, and then we are doing the triangle at H5. So those are the pre-writing skills that they need to be able to do by the time they are 5 years old, and then you know they're ready. If they struggle with this, then you go back to practicing midline integration activities in a playful way.
I see.
And this skill will improve.
So what are some of your final tips? Because I know there's some really great leaders out there who are left-handed.
Yes.
So I'm happy with whatever hand my son wants to use. But what's your final tips?
A final tip, you will
Yeah.
see that my chalk is broken. The reason why is that left-handed kids struggle with pencil grip. But if you have a small piece that you can write with, it's impossible to hold it in the wrong way. So here we have the tripod grip that is necessary. You can't hold it any other way. So don't keep your chalks long like this, because then they're going to hold it like this. And you don't want this pencil grip.
Well, that's really nice. I think we've learned a lot with regards to left-handed kids, and just to encourage them to use the hand that they are strongest with, because they're
Yes.
biologically built to have that particular hand help them. So thank you so much. We really appreciate it. Well, now I'm going to draw this, which is a smiley face, because it's time for our baby shower giveaway. Okay, viewers, as we all know, parenting can be very, very costly. To make life a little easier for you, our baby shower segment is to shower you with gifts. To enter this competition, all you need to do is answer yes or no to one simple question correctly. Should you force your left-handed child to write with their other hand? Answer yes or no on our social media platforms. Answer correctly, and one lucky viewer will randomly be selected to win a baby hamper voucher valued at 1,000 Rand. The winner will be announced on our social media. Best of luck. Sesilatelang, we answer today's big question, which is, why is self-confidence good for your child? Stay with us. Welcome back. If you're only joining us now, just where have you been, huh? Oscar Twenyeha, you're just in time for the big question feature, Yarona. Do you know where to start when it comes to helping your child gain self-confidence? Well, Harashebe.
Hi, Raising Babies. My name is Rudo Mnisi. I'm from Kibla Park. I'm here to inquire about my little angel, Marang Mnisi. She's 4 years old. I have enrolled her in an ad agency where she goes for castings and all that. She's doing very well for now, but my issue here is where to go when she starts getting disappointment and she starts noticing that she's not getting casting calls, where she starts noticing that, oh, I don't get that job. How do I then regain that confidence that she has? Because I don't want to be a mama diva where I push her to a limit where she starts not enjoying what she's doing. As a normal 4-year-old, she's enrolled in a lot of extramurals like dancing, horse riding, music, and swimming. So she enjoys all of them. So yet we still don't know which one she actually majors in. she's got the winning spirit. She doesn't understand that even coming second is sometimes okay at her age. I feel like she's too hard on herself and she's got so much expectation more than me. So it does scare me a little bit how that personality is just so strong that she feels like she needs to dominate every single sector in her life. I realized I needed help immediately when I saw that, you know what, I'm a first-time parent, I'm new to this, and I clearly have a very gifted child. So I needed help when I noticed that she just loves to dominate. Now, as a new parent, you just can't know it all. It does work somehow to her advantage to have such a personality, but it needs to be sorted, it needs to be shaped so she can understand, because in life, as you carry on, you can't always win. It's gonna bother her because she will get into depression, she'll feel like she's not good enough, and I don't want her personality to be, you know, scrutinized to that limit because she doesn't feel like she's the best.
That's a difficult one, helping children with their self-confidence. But that's why we're watching Raising Babies 101. We are joined by Hlengiwe Zwane, a clinical psychologist, to help us help Ulunto. Welcome.
Thank you.
So, Hlengiwe, let me ask you, what is your advice for Ulunto Kochai?
Lunto is already halfway in that she's a concerned parent and she's taking interest in it. A child is a child. They go through different developmental stages, meaning at the age of 4, kuna a particular part of the brain that is not fully developed, which is where we talk about the prefrontal cortex. That part is responsible for decision making. But as a parent, if I'm able to guide, I'm able to channel the child correctly. But into qala kumele umntana umfundisa umzimba wakhe, just to understand basics. What is self-confidence? Because if you understand the word self-confidence itself, you need to understand self. Be comfortable in your own skin. Because the more that child understands, there is nothing wrong with who you are and how you are made. Internal part of self that is easy to be able to navigate through.
Exactly. So how do we have a Lunto case high? He likes to do well at number 1. And what loses, she can't take that, and it affects self-confidence high. That case.
So it's allowing the child to understand the whole picture, allowing the child to understand that I don't love you because of what you have done. I love you irrespective of what you. So, umama uyak accept her whether you've done good or you've done bad. So, for example, eskoleni, you didn't do well. So,
I think what also ke problem ke gore batswadi ha bana ba etsa, you know, they do well ko sekolong kapa batswa number 1, we go and say well done to the child, you have won, you are amazing, well done, you've got an A+, you are amazing. So I think it's important gore even how praise ngwana gago praise in the same manner o ka mo fa comfort when it's not the same again.
Yes, exactly, because lapo gege angithi uthi well done, you've done well. It's a good behavior that the child did well. So as a situation la umntana failed, you made an effort, you were escorting. So I look for the times la uyenza effort kon. I don't zoom into the bad. Ngiyabona ukuthi lana sihlolile kancane, but yazi mntana bo attend ama class, bo uye classini, well done on that. So I appreciate la usebenze kahle khona.
Batswadi who actually need the counseling for the disappointment. And by inside disappointment, because I get to how to make mama nekapo kudi chomitsa gago ngwana ka o matha fast o tswana number 1 ngwana ka di buka tsa gage ke A+. So you feel like how ngwana aside so well wena as a parent, so o dila jwang le yone as an individual, like for Lunto specifically?
As an individual, you need to have self-awareness as well. Now, right now, these are my issues now. So sometimes it's not the child that needs self-confidence, mama. Because now, mama, kuna ma cruise, kuna stock fella, kuna nani, ngongelo, kumele nyo show off angithi ngomntanami, uthi ya mntanami ya yazi number 1 every time. Bese uyathula because now umntana ku number last. But instead of coming back and say, yes, uzamile this month, you are confident in your own space because you know that I don't see my child as a number that is only doing well or appreciate only mayenza kahle esikoleni. it's a whole full body. That's why ngithi qala ngokuthi wena uzibone ukuthi umuntu onjani nomntanakho umuntu onjani. The self qala.
Aha. All right. Studio audience, do you want to weigh in on this topic? I believe someone has a question.
Okay, so my question is, what role does affirmation from parents play in self-confidence umntwana?
Nice question.
Perfect question. They play a huge role because the first part, like we were saying, you are affirming the child to understand. Ukuthi yazi amehlaka mahle, yazi mntanami ma ukhuluma yazi ngiyabona avela abe bright. That is starting to make the child zoom into the eyes as a good thing. One thing that we must understand from the word confidence as well, it's actually coming the part where we get trust. Mele ngikuthembe ukuthi nami ngizokhona ukuzithemba. Ngithemba ukuthi whatever that is good that Uma is saying, it must be good. So as you're affirming umntana, it actually adds a good thing there.
Final advice for Lunto?
I think, I mean, she's already on the right track, like I said. But I think that the addition is, it shouldn't be that she's living her life as well in terms of wanting her life to be reflected. I heard her talking about the diva part. And I think that part, she needs to keep being aware of self in how she's actually projecting herself out there with her child and sharing the confidence that she has to her.
Okay, all right. Well, Lunta, I hope that Utlengiwe has answered your questions and has given you some reassurance as a parent on this topic. So thank you so much for your big question. Well, morago ga dipapatso, we look at the letter W. That's the one for today's Baby's Health A to Z. O ska tsamaya, re a khutla. Raising Babies 101. On Baby's Health A to Z, our letter for today is W for worms. Worms are considered intestinal parasites because they live in and thrive in the intestinal tract. There are several types of worms that can cause problems in children, including threadworm, roundworm, strongyloids, whipworm, and hookworm. Joining us for more insight on this topic is Dr. Sibongile Nzuza. Welcome, Doctor.
Thank you.
So, worms, how to tell me from the beginning. Worms dikosiwa ki eng?
Worms are like animals. It's very difficult to explain kanjani, but you know, in the season city ikelem.
Okay.
And then ilezi ilwanyana lezi engenamathambo.
Okay.
And then some of them is khanda nomsila. And then there are different types of them.
So udithola jwang from eating dilo kapo hygiene king di kosang or di uditole?
Usually we thola ngokuthi uthole like abantwana kakhulu. Inhlaba ngoba bahlala ngenhlabathi.
Okay.
And then bayithola enhlabathini and then bazoyifaka emlonyeni and then bese ziya kwigut ziya eswini and then ke kuyicycle kusho izihamba kumaphatha amaningi emzimbeni ngaphakathi.
Okay. Khona diboko or the worms that you can get from hoja something, for example dijo types of food?
Yes, yeah. Like tapeworm. Khona ama-worms okuthiwa tapeworms. Owathola enyameni yengulube nase nyameni yenkomo.
So riyaisha nama ya ngulube le nama ya nkomo all the time. What is it that's wrong le nama ya teng that uthola di worms, or shouldn't you eat it raw? When is it that uthola di worms from zone ndama tseo?
If inyama mhlawumbe let's say it's not well cooked.
Okay.
So in other words, ma advise abantu ukuze bangawathola ama worms. Ukuze baje ukuthi make sure ukuthi inyama iphekwe kahle.
Okay.
Okay. So even if akhona ama worms and then obvious ma uyipheka and then azofa.
Okay. And then I affect our system ya motho jwang when you have them. What happens to system yakho?
Okay, there are different types of worms, ne? So now our affect umuntu ngendlela efanayo.
Okay.
Like sinama roundworms.
Alright.
Ama-roundworms mengena emzimbeni wakho aya-travel azongena eswini aphume angena affect amaphaphu aphume emaphaphini abuya ngona. It's a cycle and then eventually they go back to eswini again and then they can actually go up and then yenze ukuthi umuntu akhwehlele kakhulu. And then I'm sure you know sometimes bazokutshela ukuthi you can actually even vomit or azophuma ngamakhala or aphume ngomlomo. Those are Roundworms.
Okay,
Yes.
okay. How do you know gore o na le tsone if di ka mo gare ga wena, if they are inside? How do you know you've got it?
Actually, it's very important for abazali ukuthi babheke abantwana because abantwana isikhathi esinye uzothola ukuthi umntwana like kunama-worms azokwenza ukuthi ulunywe. Khona lento esithi mesikhula sebancane bekuthiwa impeshwana. I don't know whether you know that. Uthola ukuthi uyalunywa umntwana la etoilet uyalunywa inwayo umntwana abe it's very akukho comfortable kakhulu.
Okay.
Because i-discomfort. So umntwana mekanwaya kakhulu then you suspect ukuthi unama-worms. Lawo ke awenzayo ama-worms ile okuthiwa ama-threadworms. Lawa abangela i-itchiness.
Okay.
Bese kuba khona ama-hookworms. Ama-hookworms abangela i-anemia. I-anemia ukuthi igazi lakho libe weak.
Yes.
Because uzoluza igazi and then ube weak. Umntwana wakho uzokhathala, you know, like abe lethargic, umoni wabantwana bedlala yena akadlali, and then ususpect ukuthi no, there's something wrong with umntwana. And then like leyo khohlela ngisho bangukhohlela ne.
Okay.
And then you can actually have abo prolapse where umntwana uzothi ume toilet yabo la bephuma ngemuva lapho phuma khona the feces uphume yonke into ibonakale ngaphandle. So
That is something a child can die from. Or
yes, because anemia, like if umntwana anemic, if you keep on losing blood and then izoqala abe weak, and then the heart, obviously, you can actually end up with double cardiac failure, and then you can actually end up with edema. Umntwana bavuvukala uthola ukuthi lesikhulu, and then when ukuthi unama-worms.
okay, all right. Na le potso from our studio audience ka yone taba e ya di worms kapo di boko.
Hello, benginombuzo. Like angithi thina manje sikhula kakhulu, sikhuliswa bogogo. So most of the time bathi abantwana mabadla kakhulu basuke badlelwa ama-worms esiswini. So is it that's true? And again, if ever like umntwana vele kunama-worms, possible ukuthi uye maybe a-chemist na ukhona ukumtholela like umuthi angawuphuza.
Utlile usureng, what is your response?
Okay. Yeah. That's another complication ama-worms, i-gastro. Leyo ukuthi umntwana alinywe isisu or athulule or omunye avomit. And then akhona ke i-medication ema-chemist available. And then ithathwa over 3 days. And then ungayithenga ukuthi ubulala ama-worms. And then fortunately ke these days sesinalo umuthi othathwa only once. It's a once-off medication.
Okay.
Yes. So that means it's ama-worms are taken care of.
Okay. So advice ya how for batswadi ka tsone di worms because bana ba bangata ba tlala ka one umhlabathi mobu all the time. King advice ya gago.
It's just ukuthi umbheke umntwana because uzoba khona i-failure to drive uzobodla umntwana lo mntwana kakhulu kahle lo umntwana ikhathele and then bafake abantwana like ubadiweme mhlambe ke doesn't need to have to be every 6 months. Noma ngaba once a year.
Okay. Just make sure gore o etsa jalo all the time. Okay. No, ra leboga ge. Thank you so much doctor for coming in ka re tlhalosetsa ka yone taba e ya di worms.
Okay. Thank you very much.
Well, you've heard it. It's all about washing your hands and trying to deworm at least once a year. And o shebe bana ba hao gore ba jwang, especially ha ba dlala ka mobu. Okay. Well, ke tsone tseo ge. Re tlo khutla morago ga dipapatso. Raising Babies 101. This is probably my favorite feature of the show when we get to sit down with a yummy mummy or a dishy daddy. Today I've got two, a celebrity couple, Mome and Tall Ass Mo. Welcome to you both.
Thank you for having us.
Thank you so much. I like that new phrase, dishy daddy.
Yes.
Come on.
Do you receive it?
Yeah,
Dishy daddy.
There's a new one, but yummy mommy has been always her thing.
Now, I want to get into it with the two of you. I know, your daughter, Kumo, you guys had a baby launch for her.
Yes.
Which was in a linto encha.
Yes, it's what we do now. We don't, are wasting now, it's the baby shower. And when it's so 94, man. It's so long walk to freedom, So now we do a thing called baby launch. We launch the baby into the world so that it can become a success. It's an event, this thing.
I love it.
Yeah, it's a great event of our lives.
Now, many people enjoyed the baby launch, and we're hoping, when is the next baby launch?
Hey! Oh!
Come raise
Hallelujah.
first, then you will decide.
You know what? The
Come
combination
raise
between these two
Kumo.
genes, it creates other things. Kumo Panda is, the most free-spirited open-minded, loving and caring and crazy kid you can ever come across.
She's just a mix of everything.
Yeah. So I don't think we're going to have any more, baby. What do you think?
Ish, I don't
Yeah,
think
see,
so.
I did it once. I cut. Definitely.
Now, I have to ask you, Barry, a lot of gents that we've spoken to have said they feel fatherhood has changed them.
Yeah.
For Wena, as a comedian, as a father, do you feel the same?
Do you know what? It's fatherhood has made my life so much more stable, so much more interesting. And at the same time, it's not really that stable because with kids, it's like, it's a wild journey. It's a crazy adventure to be with kids. And I think that it's just given me more focus in my life. You know, I kind of know what I'm doing. I know what I'm doing it for. You know, when I'm on that stage, I give it my all because I know it's putting food on the table for my kids, you know, and it's to sustain my kids to live the lifestyle or to have the things that obviously I didn't have in my life. I think that's every parent's, every black parent's dream. You know what I'm saying?
True.
You know, because obviously we did not grow up privileged, you know, so we want our children to have the best of the best.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And Mome, for you as a mom, you have to do everything, including put up with this very hilarious man. And sometimes I watch you when he cracks these jokes. You're just sitting there like, yes, I know. How's it been for you?
I mean, for me, it's been quite interesting. But I guess now I have 3 kids.
Yeah.
Because now there's more as well, you know, and when I talk to Kuma about something else, Mo will be busy doing his own thing as well. So I deal with chaos every day, but it's fun at the same time. And it's quite, I've matured so much, like, you know, and like he said, I know what I'm living for.
Yeah, you steer the ship very well, baby. You've got this whip thing that you do, that look, that Samaya. And then, you know, everything crumbles. All resistance crumbles.
But here you are.
Yeah, but here I am.
Here you are. Now, you speak about the whip thing. I like that because are you a strict parent, or is Mome more the disciplinarian?
I think we both discipline our children, like, you know, in different aspects of life. I mean, we've got a teenager in our house. I mean, our son is 13 now.
Yeah.
And there's a big age gap between the two. I mean,
There's a toddler,
terrible
yeah.
threes, and there's a teenager.
I think you deal with it when it happens. It's like when TK does something and you're trying to, like, you know, reprimand him, the next thing, my brother like that.
Yeah.
You know?
Okay.
Yeah.
So it's like everything.
Yeah. Yeah.
Now, earlier in this episode, Rilarabuaka self-confidence mobane.
Oh, yes.
How do you instill it in your children?
First important rule, let your children be.
Just let them be.
Just let them be. You know,
Because
children are naughty, they're curious, they're adventurous. If for example, if my daughter was here right now, I think she would have touched nearly everything. You know what I'm saying? And sometimes, yes, we do see our children are going to get burned. For example, if she's going to touch a hot stove, you say, no, don't touch that. But sometimes you kind of you have to let your kids learn and explore.
And they won't do it again.
And don't all the time. You know, when like adults will be speaking, then Mwana wants to say something important or wants to say something, you know, immediately, you know what I'm saying? You know, now we like involve our kids so much in our family. We want them to communicate with us. We always make sure that we give them the attention they need. You know, if Mom and I are having a conversation and Kumo feels like she's got a valid point to raise, she'll raise it and we'll consider it. You know what I'm saying?
Which leads me to my next question. Earlier, Mo showing Rilarabua kadi manners and whether children bagajeno of these times, banale maitzeo, bahlompa, you know, elders, and all of that. Is this something important for you guys as Batswadi gore bana ba lona ba le hlompe and ba le respect and also manners?
Yeah.
It's very important. Like, for example, as we were saying that TK is now a teenager, and, you know, like, this whole thing about your teens going through a phase or whatnot, you know. My mom said that thing doesn't exist, you know. For as long as you're a child and you live under my roof, you will respect and follow my rules. That's just simple, you know. As hard as it is in terms of, like, the age gap, of course, because now he's growing in a different century now and we were there then, which is not, like, lifetime ago that much, you know, but for them, it's like they feel like they know.
Rila Rabua as well on the show about banaba left-handed and gore batswadi ba ska force bana ba bone to be right-handed if banaba left-handed. Do you have any left-handed children?
Yeah, our son is left-handed.
And they're very smart ones, by
Very
the way.
intelligent, eh?
Very intelligent ones.
I don't know where he gets it from. You know, at first, you know, he gets so many A's. So I thought we'd maybe walk up school. or maybe there's something wrong guy, because I've never received an A in my maths and he always comes back with A's. You know, he's a lefty, he writes a little bit slower because he has to be careful and he's got detail in his writing. So sometimes that like but I mean, when he plays soccer, he confuses everybody because you think he's going to kick with his right, but then he scores with the left. You know? And my daughter is right-handed. She's first started off as a lefty.
With the left, then suddenly
now is a righty, you know? So, I mean, we let them do as they please.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
We've got an audience question for you.
Oh, audience?
Mr. and Mrs. Tolesmo.
Yes.
So what I'd like to ask is, you remember in that era when you were still a kid, right?
Yeah.
There were no TV games and stuff like that, and you used to play like childhood games. So which childhood games do you play with your daughter right now that you used to play in that era?
Can I answer this girl first?
Okay.
Firstly, it's Mr. and Mrs. Mashango. I'm not Tolesmo, I'm Momen. I am Momen.
What?
Don't get that right.
She's a pele. But thank you, my brother. That's a very great question.
We play hopscotch because we live in a complex. So, and it's so nice because it's like a family-orientated kind of situation.
So he's saying that, Rona, what did we used to play when we were kids?
No, he's saying, what games are you playing with your kids?
An argument.
Oh, with my kids.
The trick is always to listen first.
Mamela, I'm going to prove you wrong.
Yeah.
So you said that the question is, what are the games I used to play when I was younger, in my era?
That you playing with
my kids right now. I know you were right. You're always right, Shem. I never said you were wrong.
It's just to listen, baby.
Right,
I always tell you.
So,
so my kids, Kumo says it's a hopscotch. And it's so much fun. We played outside.
Yeah, I think also hide and go seek. Yeah, but she doesn't want to say black man patile. Problem more because I'm like, Kumo, it's black man patile. She's like, Daddy, what is that? What is a black man body? You know? Then I'm like, no, it's black man patile. You know? Then she asks, what does black man patile means? Then I'm like, it means that black, they've hidden you. So now it's confusing the children, won't understand that. So we stick to hide and go seek. And I want to TK also played Spy Chumpama with him. It didn't end well. It didn't end well because he gives me Spy 2s all the time. And then what else? What else do you also play? There's nothing else that we play that is old school.
Because people like hiding and seeking in the house.
Yeah, that's it. That's basically it. The rest is PlayStation, computers.
Because it keeps me active.
Oh,
so
wow.
I like doing
love
that.
it.
Yeah, I love the games.
Sure, I love it. I'm so sad we've run out of time. I'd love to get more out of you with regards to Femi Alona.
Can't you show you a shot? I can't
Thank you so much.
I want to time.
So as we close up the show, king advice yalona to batswadi ba shebile nyanong on just having fun in parenting, because rabona gore you guys are having fun.
Ratang bana balona. That's the only thing. Love your child unconditionally. You know, there's unconditional love is something that's even very difficult to give to your wife. You know, because unconditional love is forgiving. It oversees everything, every adversity, every challenge, every mistake, every flaw. You know, that is unconditional love. Even in the words of Shakespeare, he says, love is not love that alters when alteration finds. It's an ever-fixed mark.
Oh,
come on.
Okay, come on with it. Well, I have to thank you so much, Tolasmo and Mome, for coming inside here and chatting to us and giving us a piece of your family. It seems like a really exciting, funny home to live in.
So this show also, children watch the show, no?
Absolutely.
Okay, bye-bye, Banabaka.
Bye-bye, Kumo.
Bye-bye, Kumo. Bye-bye. Love you, Kumo. Love you, TK.
Kumo, can I tell you that why were you acting like that?
You know?
Thank you so much to you both for coming in again. Hi, nakose shapile yanong. It's time for me to say goodbye to all of you go gae. And remember, you gotta check out the social media. Look for Raising Babies 101, Twitter, Facebook, limo, Instagram. Until next week, bye-bye. Welcome to Pep Talk, back on your screens once again. Socializing your babies is an important developmental tool. Playdates can help your baby become familiar with others and begin to enjoy their company too. This is the beginning of the development of your child's social skills. Today, I'll help you get ready for playdates. If you are taking your child to someone else's house for a play date, make sure that you have packed all the essentials that you know your child will need to make the other parent's life easier. These include your child's favorite toy or blanket. If your child has any allergies, pack food that is specific to their dietary requirements in one of these containers. And always pack an extra set of clothing for your child. If your child is still in nappies, don't forget all your nappy bag essentials. When taking your child to a play date, make sure you're always on time for drop-off and pick-up. Make sure both parents have a mutual understanding about rules before the play date commences. If you are hosting, prep your child before their guest arrives. Ask your little one to put away their favorite toys and to leave a few that they are willing to share with their friend. To avoid cries when it's time to say bye, prepare the children by asking them to pack up 30 minutes before the play date ends. Catch us again next time, right here on Pep Talk, for more assistance on your parenting journey. To stand a chance to win with Pep, get onto our social media pages and enter our weekly competition. You'll stand a chance to win some great prizes. See you next time.